we're doing the giveaway winners to start this one off. For the 2 nutting stins and this nice Adina Arrowhead, I found all these items on my channel. The 2 nutting stins recently and this Arrowhead's from West Virginia last fall. I found it on video on my channel. You can look up the video. I upload so much. I kind of looked, but I didn't see it right off the bat, so I gave up. But you'll be able to find it if you win it. It'd be the end of 2019 I found it. But after we pick these winners, I'm going to get out some real fine Amos points, a couple huge frames of them that there's just like at least 1,000 of them in 2 frames, at least that many. And I'll get out some other small frames of them and stuff, and I'll see. And we'll look at some of them up close and stuff. And then after we do that, we are going to do another giveaway. So it'll be the same as this. I'll just enter the video, and if you commented and liked and are subscribed, you get a random chance to win the stuff at the end of this video, just like this stuff. And here we go, the YouTube video's in there. We're picking the comments, and I filtered duplicate users, so there was 174 unique commenters, and we're gonna hit this twice, so it's random. We'll hit it once, and then we'll hit it one more, and then the next pick will be the winner. All right, here comes the winner. And I will send you extra stuff with this too. Jim Yowney. I recognize your name, Jim. Love all your videos. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Thanks, Jim. Well, congratulations, buddy. You got these 2 beautiful nutting stains. This one's really got deep holes in it, and this one's a dandy. I like how it has those iron deposits on it. It must have been laying by a piece of rusted metal in the ground. You can see them all on there. That's really cool. I like that. It gives it some nice color. It's got a nice hole in it too. These are both from Ohio. The Arrowhead's from West Virginia. But congratulations, Jim, and I will contact you down below in the comments on the giveaway video, and you can post your address right under it, and I'll just ship this stuff right out. And like I said, you'll get some extra stuff too. Next, we're going to be looking at some real fun ancient artifacts I've found over the years. And then there'll be another giveaway. So make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And we'll do this same thing in like 3 days. By the time 3 days comes up, we've been getting heavy rains and stuff. So basically, I'm just taking a couple days off because it'll just be brutal out there. And I found a nice Arrowhead in my last trip, a nice white one. Check out my last video. It's real translucent, like Flint Ridge stuff or agate of some kind. And it just really made my week. And I got my car fixed for $174, so all right. Wasn't a bunch of money, so I'm having a pretty good day. Hope everybody's doing all right, and like I said, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment, and you have a chance to win something like this again. And there's probably going to be double of this stuff in this box for Jim. I'm going to send him some other stuff too. So I'll load you up when you win. I appreciate you guys watching. It's making all of this possible. That's why I'm doing this. Later. Alright, after I announced them giveaway winners, I told you I'd start getting some stuff out. Here is a cache. Right here's a piece of Crooksville. See what it is. This is like the pebble form in the creek where it outcrops. This is a piece that traveled, well, a good way. It's classic Crooksville. You can even see the orange spots in the cortex of it. This outcrops in a creek. It's called Brush Creek Church behind Marietta, Ohio. Crooksville too, in the town of Crooksville. But I found this chunk. Well, I found this Arrowhead first, and then I found another one made out of it. And I was finding all these flakes. And with what I do, none of this stuff really travels that far away from where it comes out of the bank. So once you start finding a bunch of flakes of the stuff and a few tools, you have a chance at the deposit of the stuff, and this is exactly what it is. You can see right here is the nodule of this that they worked all these tools off of. It's unmistakable, and how far I am from the source where I found this, it's a cache. And the only way you can find caches is sifting like I'm doing. You just can't do it surface hunting. You just can't. You have to sift. Once you find a few of the pieces, you have to sift it out. But you can see this is all off this block. And You'll get a few pieces, like a few of them will be patinated just a little bit different because they came out of the bank earlier and laid there on the base clay, and maybe we're in a little bit different soil there on the beach. You can see it's just spot on, and all of this is Crooksville Church, Brush Creek. You see the orange spots on this piece right there. This is what it is, and it's all off this block. There's a little end scraper. I got tools and flakage. This is a scraper too. It's got work on that edge. These other ones are just flakes, but that's why I like to keep a lot of the flakes. You can see right off this block. But it's an Amos cache. Here's a nice Amos made out right out of it, right off that block. Here's another one. It's a shame that one has a barb ding, but you can see it's just spot on. And there's a variety of this chert. This is how most of it is, but it goes into higher quality pieces. So all of these pieces match right up to this block. And here's just a smoker. It's got a translucent tip on it with a piece of the higher grade. That stuff usually comes out in around the cortex, the highest grade of it. You'll get that translucency right in around the cortex of the nodule. But that's just awesome. I sifted this one on my channel. It's got that like squared off E notch on one side. You can see kind of the squared notch and then the rounded notch. It's just a classic one. But I wanted to show you this. This is one cache I found on my channel, and it's undoubtedly what it is. There's another orange spot. That's classic for this material. It's iron oxide leaching out of the stone. It only happens after it's been spalled open and patinates in the ground. That's awesome. This is an awesome cache. But anyway, now I'll get out some other real fine serrated points off some of these Amos sites, and we'll look at them next. Later. Alright, here's a big frame of Amos material. I added a bunch of points to this just now, and the frame's full. I'm going to have to buy another big one. I got enough for a whole nother one. There's lots of recent ones in here, but you can see some of these big sandies. That's Crooksville with that real polished big base. Here's another one. These are coming right out with these points right out of the same layer. Find them on every site I find them. Here's another one with like a mustache base, and this one's beveled. It almost looks like a Hardaway. But you can see all the classic Amoses in here. Let's see. That's a recent one I just found. Here's one I just found not long ago. That's a beauty. There's just, look at these. There's just tons of them. There's a little Amos drill. There's several Amos drills in here I just put in. We'll go over it here real quick. Here's one of the knives. Real beautiful. They're all curved and ground on them back sides. You've seen me find them. That's a pretty unique piece of hematite with them etched lines in it. It's got etched lines on both sides. I think my dad found that one, but look at these big sandy types that are coming out with these. That points to the age of them. Here's another one. You can see those are old points. They're real polished as any point you ever see. There's another one right there, a nice one. Here's an Amos I found not long ago on my channel. It's got that classic squared off notch and then the classic round one. Here's that one I found on Easter of this year, that orange one. And in the center, you can see this is a cache of points, like how I find the stuff coming down the bank in the fire pits in my video. I found one of these pieces and then one blade, and then sifted, got another one, and kept going back, and got the whole cache made out of this highly unique, like river cobble chert that's just insane color, and got a hafted shaft scraper that's classic, and an Amos point right with it. So the Amos people were making these hafted shaft scrapers, and look at that Amos. It's got like a perforator tip on it, and look at that material. It's the same stuff. Every piece is made out of one big pebble of really unique stuff, and you can even match up like the vein, laying the pieces out like a puzzle that they're made from. Look at these. It's just nuts. That's a good find. That's a nice cache. Here's another recent one. That barb on that side's not broke, it's sharpened off. It's a really nice thin Amos. You can see in here, here's another right out of an Amos layer, another big sandy looking type deal, heavily ground base. Here's another one right off these sites. I just found this point not long ago. I think this is actually the first nice find of 2020 on an Amos site, that is. And I'm basically just looking for these Amos points. Every trip, it's what I'm looking for. I just find other stuff too, because it's other time periods are coming out of the bank on most of these sites. This past week I traveled to a newer site, and you saw me find all kinds of points, but they don't compare in the quality of this stuff, and these aren't even the nice ones. They're just not. I got a frame below. We'll go on to it next, but here's a good look at these. After I show the next frame, we'll do the giveaway. I got a special one this month. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll pick random winners like I did at the beginning of this video. Well, a random winner. Here's a look at this stuff. I'll get back in a minute with the next frame. Check out this cone. Check that out. Boy, that's nice, ain't it? Whew. Well, anyway, I'll get back, and here's a recent one. That's a real recent find. That's a beauty. Black canola shirt. Real beautifully made. Wow. Later. Alright, here's a bunch more for all you new subscribers. There's just smoking steins in here. And I have more of them put up that we can get out in the future. I found this one on my channel. Look at that. Doesn't get much better than that. Doesn't. Look at these serrations on these things. And just the thinness and the workmanship. Here's another one I found on my channel. Look at that big spot on it. It almost looks like a face looking at it that way. That's just nuts. Here's another smoker. It's just awesome. Look at that blue spot on it. It's Cousteau. Look at this one. I was looking with my dad when I found this one in the 1990s and raked it out with a rake right beside him. We were raking around. That's just black canola. It's just still deadly. As nice as the day it was made. Coming out of them sand layers. Here's a piece out of a cache. That's Crooksville Church. Look at this one. It's nuts. Just awesome. I found that one laying out when I was like, it was in like 3 foot of water, probably when I was 13 years old. This one too, I probably found when I was in 7th grade. That's just a smoker. It's got like a rose colored tip, and it's Crooksville, it's Brush Creek. And look at just the workmanship on that. It's just nuts. But you can see them here. Here's one I found, I think in 2017 on my channel. It's when I started doing videos. Didn't really know what I was doing yet, video wise, but this one's on my channel at the beginning. That's awesome. That's a beauty. It's like green shirt, translucent green. And here's the Amos Knives. I found this one right before I started YouTube. This one's beautiful. It's Cousteau and really heavily patinated. Here's one I found not long ago, the end of last year, laying out. It's Crooksville Church as well. It's real ground all the way to the tip, like all over, and this is the cutting edge. It's got that nice workmanship on the one edge. Here's another classic one. Real ground all the way around, clear to the tip, and then you got that like cutting edge. I'd say these were probably hafted into a bone like that, where they stuck out, or maybe like that. You can see, and you got that nice cutting edge, and it would have been a nice tool for them. Here's a big, awesome Cousteau one. It's just beautiful. It's real ground on this side, and then right there's the cutting edge. It's just nice, man. Hafted shaft scrapers in here. This point's part of a cache with that one I showed. Here's another classic Crooksville one. Let's just look at that. There's a big well, there's not a huge variety in the manufacture of them, but there's some. Some of them have that squared off and then the one rounded notch. And man, check out this drill. It's Flint Ridge. It's just came right out of the middle of an Amos site. The workmanship on this stuff's just insane on these points. Here's a big one I found on my channel. This is one of the biggest Amos points. Probably one of the biggest ones known. You see how much bigger it is than the other ones. I found this one laying out. It was froze to the ground in one of my videos. Here's an Amos type drill. Real beautiful Amos. I found this one probably in 2016. It was right the year before I started doing YouTube videos. That's awesome. It's an awesome drill. You can see here, check these out. Check out this one. That's just nuts. Real symmetrical, just the workmanship's just as good as you could ask for. Look at that. Whew. Here's another smoker. Look at the tip on this thing. You could just run this right through your hand. It's just nuts. And same with this one. This thing is insane. Look at this. Look at that point. Pretty awesome. You can see here. I wanted to get these out for all you people that just subscribed. I found this one on my channel a year and a half ago, so I'd say. And these are early archaic triangles. These are not Mississippian period. It's kind of like a Fountain Creek point. They're real heavily ground based, and these came right out with the Amos points too in one area. In one fire pit, all kinds of Amos points in situ. You can see the similarities with the serrations, but they were making these basal thinning strikes on them, and I got 2 of them. You can see this one kind of has notches at the bottom, but look at the similarities in the tip work there. And they're thin like a Mississippian point, but they are not. Both of them, the bases are ground like big sandies. You can see the hafted shaft scrapers here. I have lots of these. I have at least probably 20 of them, uniface, and these were hafted in and they were used to run down the shaft. It's like a spoke shave kind of. There's some nice shaft scrapers in this frame. There's lots. There's one, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one. There's a real nice one right there. And not all of them are uniface. A few of them are made out of broken points. But here's a good look at this stuff. I found this point, this drill on my channel. That's an Amos type drill. That's a beauty. I was happy to get that one. This is the stuff I'm looking for, folks. You can see how much nicer it is than, say, the points I found in the last week, maybe with the exception of that one white one. But I still like these points better than that. It's not even the same ballpark for me. These things are old with what's associated with them, and there's not much known about them. You can see these knives, the drills, the shaft scrapers. This is good stuff. Here's a Waller knife, kinda. This is right out of an Amos site. See the little base on it? It's made on a flake. Don't find many of these. It's like a hafted flake knife. Here's one I found on my channel. That's a beaut. Real nice point. There's a drill I found, and it's got a real weird triangular cross section. I found that on video. But I'll close this up and we'll get back and I'll show you the giveaway items now. It's all items I found framed up. So all you have to do, like I said, is like, subscribe, and comment. And like I did at the beginning of this video, I will pick winners randomly for this frame of points, and we'll be up within minutes. Later. Alright, this frame of points right here is what I'm giving away. All of it stuff I found, with the exception of one Civil War bullet, and somebody sent me some of these in the mail, and I thought I'd decide to share one with you guys and give it away. But all of these points are personal finds. There are some broken ones, but like, you know, I put this in because it's a Flint Ridge Stringtown lance break in half, and it's a late paleo point, early archaic. So there's flake knives, there's a little pistol ball I found on the river, knives. There's a pentagonal made out of black canola. I sifted this table rock on that place where I was showing the line of stuff in the bank when the water was high. Pieces of rubbed hematite, just lots of stuff, and the frame. So that's what the giveaways for this month. And I will put rocks Cousteau with the white pen and found on my channel, and put information on the back. Let me see. Most of these are all, well, everything here is from a high-end West Virginia, in the northern panhandle of West Virginia. Let me eyeball it. Yeah. So all you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment, and then like 3 or 4 days on one of my next arrowhead hunting videos or whatever I'm doing, I'll pick a winner randomly and ship it right out to you. Congratulations to the winner of the nutting stones and the Adena. I'll send you a few extra pieces too, man. I got them right here in my pocket. A couple of nice points for you to add to it. Thanks for watching, folks.